I'm so excited for everyone to call me a bad person again in my comments, but guess what? I do not care about Nebraska going bankrupt in 6 months. I do not care. I do not care. Maybe a few other of those red states should go bankrupt in 6 months so the blue states can swoop in to save them, so they can understand that we are not the bad ones. We are not the poor ones. We are not the ones who cannot survive under the orange turds' crazy policies. But you know why I don't feel bad for Nebraska? You know why? Because I believe I heard 65% of their workforce is undocumented people, which means they're not coming to work anymore, which means work's not happening, which means all the farmers in Nebraska are going to go bankrupt because they all went out there and voted against their neighbors. 65% of neighbors who are immigrants, okay? Fuck around and find out at this point. You know what I mean? And of course, I do feel bad for those blue people in Nebraska who did not vote for this. So unfortunate. That's what you get for being racist and not wanting immigrants in this country, even though they're paying taxes and contributing. So
Montana and Nebraska farmers are now bankrupt. Why can't they just fucking work harder? Like, bro, why the hell are they trying to, like, get handouts and shit, bro? Yeah, you're bankrupt. Fucking pull yourself up by your bootstraps and work harder. Like, this has to be the dumbest thing I've ever heard in a while. Like, bro, they need to stop playing the fucking victim. Like, yeah, everybody has gone bankrupt. Everybody's been broke before. Stop playing the victim, bro. Like, on God, at this point, I really just think that they want fucking handouts or something. Like, y'all just need to focus on yourself first. Stop focusing on, like, other people. Come on now. Like, y'all fucking voted for this. You get what you get.
Oh, soybean farmers in America are finding out. Donald Trump recently asked China to quadruple their purchasing of American soybeans. Donald, since the initial trade war you started, China started buying all their soybeans from Brazil and Argentina. All thanks to you. And now with their inputs going up and their exports going down, the American farmer can't survive. With small farm bankruptcies being at a 5-year high since the last Trump administration, nationwide farmers voted for Donald Trump at almost an 80% clip. Because even though Donald Trump ruined them last go around, he gave out the welfare queens their farmer subsidy that they needed. You know, welfare for me, the farmer, but not for the citizen in America. With no talk of a subsidy on the horizon, their immigrant labor gone, the farmer having to pay more for the fertilizer they import and then the farming equipment they get from other countries. And now those other countries not buying their grain, their wheat, their soybean because of Donald Trump's tariffs that have made reciprocal ones in the countries that they're selling their agriculture to. And don't worry, farmers. I mean, these private equity firms can't wait to own your farm at the rock bottom prices they're going to be able to buy them for. I wonder if Blackstone will just incorporate the entire state of Nebraska. Your racism got you. Your hatred towards a system that does nothing but help you out and deliver for you in every way. But you wanted to take that away from other people, didn't you, farmers? You want everybody else to pull themselves up by your bootstraps while the government makes you a welfare queen year after year. And the farmers are finding out.
Nebraska's GDP is down 6%, and farmers are struggling. And Congressman Don Bacon says tariffs aren't helping. Corn is one of the things Nebraska is best known for, but right now it's a crop that isn't guaranteeing a profit for some farmers. The Nebraska Farm Bureau tracks crop prices. In July 2022, it was selling for more than $7 a bushel. That's now dropped to less than $5. Soybeans went from $16 to $10 in the same time frame. Bacon says tariffs are only exacerbating the issue, and he says it's time for Congress to reclaim its authority over tariff policy.
Putting tariffs on 80 different countries, is that an emergency power or is that tariff policy? I think that's tariff policy. And tariff policy is under the purview of Congress. And I think it's time that Congress bring this authority back.
Bacon says he doesn't believe the majority support behind the effort is there yet, but he expects it will be a good debate in September. For more details on this story, head over to KATV.com.
Well, Christ, Margaret, I'm going to bite, I guess. I don't know. You're going to have to explain to me, though. What the fuck? I mean, we fucking told you this would happen. What the fuck did you tell us was going to happen? That's what I want to know. I did that last video. I think it was the last video, maybe with Donna. Donna and I are good friends now. We don't think alike, but we're good friends. And I said I turned over a new leaf. You know, I didn't care what your political aspirations or anything like that was, but that's been a common theme. We told you this was going to fucking happen. You can do whatever. That's the problem nowadays. And it doesn't matter what political side of the aisle you're on, or religious, color, creed, gender, anything like that. Everybody hears a fucking talking point and they just run with it. They don't do no fucking research. And that's what this was. You know, the whole thing come back from that deal. And this video was from clear back in March is when I did this video that this comment come from. And it's been 6 months. They said Nebraska would be broke in 6 months. Well, because it was a crying Nebraska farmer thing or something. I don't know. Well, I don't know. I guess the big scary orange man sent us a whole bunch of money and we're not quite broke yet. But anyway, Margaret here, she fucking told us something, but I would really like for her to let us, you know, clue us in on what you told us was going to happen, because it seems like business as usual. So I don't think anything, you know, besides that was going to happen. And if that's, you know, what you told us was going to happen, we kind of assumed that anyways. So I don't know. It's pretty fucking confusing, especially for, you know, somebody like me. But anywho, I guess that's all I had to say. But you know, like that last video, and I think it's the last video with Donna, you know, we've you know, we get along great. We're from, you know, two different people from two different places, think, you know, two different ways or whatever, but we can still get along. And that's what I'd like to see everybody do. No more of this stuff. You know, we told you so, ha ha ha, whatever. Let's try to get along, guys. Can't we all just get along? We get along a lot better if we all ate more beef.
Some new numbers have just come out that actually, in some way, make me happy, in some ways make me sad. See, in the first quarter of 2025, bankruptcies for farmers exceeded the 2024 total for the year. And in the second quarter, according to new reporting that just came out, they doubled last year's number. So the farmers that overwhelmingly voted for the administration we have are filing bankruptcies at a record pace. The last time farm bankruptcies were this high was during Trump's last term. For somebody that claims to love farmers, he sure just consistently hurts them. In fact, the last time it was this high was between 2018 and 2019. You would think maybe it was during 2020 and all that craziness, but no. This is all pre-pandemic Trump wonderful economic policies affecting farmers once again.
Nebraska going into bankruptcy because of self-inflicted damage. They were team firing over here, saying, you know what, everybody pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Our ideology is nobody should get anything that they don't deserve. Now they want a bailout. They're asking for socialism. Socialism bad until I need socialism. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
ICE just raided a Nebraska meat packing plant, and overnight 80% of their workforce was gone. And if you want to know why, it's because they weren't supposed to fucking be there in the first place. And you want to know what happened next? Dozens of Nebraskans lined up to take those jobs. Glen Valley Foods was flooded with locals ready to work. Proud Americans stepping the fuck up. Love hearing that.
All right, guys, I've come up with something called the frayed hat theory. If you see some dumbass wearing a hat that he bought frayed, he's about to say some dumb shit. Because he's mad at the wrong people. Don't be mad at the immigrant who's just trying to feed his family. Be mad at the company that hired him and is underpaying them. Because it wasn't a bunch of Americans that were stepping up to go fill those jobs. Dozens of prospective employees, many of them Spanish speakers, have been coming in and out of the plant all day. Some were hoping to land a new job. I'm guessing quite a few of them are still illegal immigrants. Because that's who they want to hire, because they can take advantage of them. This is one of them small family-owned businesses. I worked for something similar. I worked for a meatpacking plant called Sugar Creek in Ohio for about a month, because they were doing something similar, bussing in immigrants and treating them like shit. That's why I quit. You see, you can't find a job listing or find out what the pay is for Glen Valley Foods there. Nothing on their LinkedIn, nothing on Indeed. You see, I guarantee you this place probably pays about $10 an hour and works people to fucking death. That's why they don't have any other information out there. Because they don't want Americans that actually expect good pay to work there. So you're mad at the wrong people. Don't be mad at the immigrant that's just trying to feed his family. Be mad at the corporation for taking advantage of those people and underpaying them. Because if they weren't doing that, then there probably would be Americans working at their plant. But you're conditioned to bootlick the company and hate brown people.
Across Nebraska and the heartland of America, farmers are facing bankruptcy at alarming rates. Families who have worked the land for generations are losing everything, not just their farms, but their heritage. What's even more shocking? Some Americans are actually celebrating this collapse, pointing to politics, subsidies, and global trade battles as reasons to turn their backs on farmers. This is more than just crops and cattle. It's about the survival of rural America. Farmers feed America, but right now, too many are struggling just to survive. The story of Nebraska's bankrupt farmers is a warning for the entire nation. Because when farms fail, we all feel the impact. Do you think this crisis is being ignored, or are people justified in their anger at farmers? Let us know your thoughts below. Your voice matters here. If this story shocked you, please hit like, share with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe so we can keep uncovering the stories that matter. Just a quick note, full credit goes to the original creators of these videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.